ways apart, we're all links in the chain. Hey guys, it's Lily coming to you live from Las Vegas.
And it's LindaRose coming to you live from Maine.
So today is our season finale. I really cannot believe that it's our season finale is here. We've been doing episodes for 6 months.
I know it is insane, but also kind of sad because our break is here now. So we'll be off for a few months while being transitioning into high school. But I am very, very excited because it's going to be a lot of fun coming back
Absolutely.
on for season 2 and all that.
Totally. And we'll still be active. Won't be like we're disappearing totally. We'll be active on our Orchid Times group. So if you guys don't follow that already, make sure you guys do so you don't miss out on anything that's going on in our group. And yeah, we have some really fun plans for today.
So our Q&A episode, we obviously want to do that. So for our Q&A episode, might as well just get started now.
Yeah.
With our first question, which is probably one of my favorites that we've ever gotten, especially since this is a great way to start off and as ending our season 1, which is, what do you feel your biggest accomplishment was during season 1 and why?
Ooh, this is a really good one. For me, I think that our biggest achievement was the wide variety of people we were able to get on and interview. We were able to cover a lot of different career paths like musicians, artists, poets, athletes, lawyers, and even behavioral instructors, and a lot more too. And it was really interesting to get to talk to these people and hear about their experiences. And I know I learned definitely a lot from this aspect of Orchid Times.
Definitely, and I think our biggest accomplishment was definitely our Roe versus Wade discussion episode that had 10,000 plus views. I think that was just Orchid Times, like as a whole, just a big eye opener. Really, just raised our voices and kind of just got us, like, kind of showed people that we we are young, but we can still use our voices to the best of our abilities. And I think that was just our biggest achievement. And I'm very, very, very excited because that is still growing. And I think it's just a great episode that we did.
Yes, our Roe versus Wade one. It was really important to get to talk about that topic. And I know it was so amazing to see that it hit 10,000 views and just to know that we're reaching those people. It's like super amazing to think about.
Yeah, I loved that episode. I still go and rewatch that episode all the time.
Totally. So for our next question, what has been the biggest eye openers to you in this first season of Orchid Times?
I think the biggest eye opener for me, anyways, we discussed it. I think our last episode we discussed the incident with the red lipstick and a person that messaged Lily and messaged me before. I think my biggest eye opener was that people don't care how old you are at this point, because me and Lily just enjoy red lipstick. It's something we enjoy, and it also has a lot of history. And I think that the way he made it, this guy made it into something, and kind of just he made it into something that it wasn't. And I think my biggest eye opener was that it was just people just don't really have the respect and feel the need to say stuff.
Yeah, that was definitely a big eye opener. I think the biggest eye opener for me was seeing how much of a need and lack there is for this type of show in the entertainment industry. I was before Orchid Times, I was looking for a community, and this was a long time before me and LR created Orchid Times, and there just isn't a ton of communities for females to come together and talk about these important issues and uplift each other. And that right there is partly why Orchid Times means so much to me. I just love that we're able to create this platform and community where females are free to use their voices, because that's the only way we'll ever be able to actually make change is by using our voices together. And I'm so glad that Orchid Times is able to contribute to this.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm very happy that we have this opportunity. I'm very happy that we're going to have a season 2 and hopefully more to come after that, because we try so hard to make this a safe space for women. I feel like we are really doing that. And I mean, we have an announcement later tonight on this episode. And also, it's just, I've created so many friends throughout this, and some I hope to meet in the future. And I'm very happy that we have this, because we have this whole community now, and it's so much fun.
Absolutely.
For our next question, what has been the most fun part of your first season?
Ooh, I think the funnest part for me has got to be getting to experience everything that goes on behind the scenes with live shows and stuff. It's something that was like seriously completely new to me when we first started doing this, but I love it and I'm so glad that we're able to continue learning too.
I think I have two. I read over these questions that kind of came up with my answers before the show, and I have two answers to this question. One is definitely the bloopers of the episodes. Is the only reason I love them is because like when we had the squirrel incident when I was outside was hilarious, and we just have these like moments that are not planned at all, and they're so fun, and I so bloopers are definitely like my probably one of my favorite parts. And another part is also having tech issues. And which may seem like a weird one to have a favorite part, but because it taught me so much on how to deal with it, especially with the anxiety and everything about it, having those tech issues just kind of built up my confidence a little bit on dealing with it. So tech issues have taught me so much that definitely has to be another favorite part of the show.
Absolutely. Bringing up the tech issues is really important because that's like it's it's definitely something that's been like a learning curve in learning it, but tech issues are important to know how to deal with.
Absolutely.
So, for the next question we have is what are your favorite moments from the season of each other?
I think my favorite moment was how excited you I was my favorite moments about everything is because you're such a genuine person and you get so excited and I love it so much. You're so happy whenever we have a new guest and you're so bright when talking to them and you know how to pull in a good conversation in the middle of our interviews. I That's definitely my favorite parts about this season with you.
Oh, thank you. I have to say my favorite moment from the season, one of them is the squirrel. It was
Yeah,
great.
we came on after like that interview and everything, but I ran inside after because I was laughing so hard. Also, it scared me so much because I wasn't expecting it. It just popped up and decided it wanted to say hi.
Oh yeah, definitely. You could I listened back to it and you could hear it.
I know it's so funny. The squeak kills me when I replayed it. The squeak is hilarious.
Absolutely.
For our next question, what is your favorite animal?
Um, Definitely cats. Yeah, because I have a baby kitty. He just turned 1 and he's my favorite. He has like 32,000 followers on TikTok and he had a million views.
Yeah, he is an icon. He is. He's amazing. I guess my favorite animal would have to be a snake. Let me tell you, I love my dogs. My dogs are great, but they're loud. Snakes are not loud. My dad is terrified of snakes. Terrified. He sees one and he runs away and screams like a little girl. It's hilarious. But I love snakes. I don't know what it is. Snakes are so amazing. They're such amazing creatures. Whenever we go to the zoo or something and I get the opportunity to hold a snake, I get so excited. So that'd probably be my favorite animal.
Snakes are really cool, definitely. I know I live in Vegas and there's rattlesnakes around here. I've heard one like once or twice, but I've never actually seen one. And it's like I want to see a snake, and the other one is a tortoise.
Yeah, tortoise. Oh my gosh! So we have York Animal Farm here, and they have tortoises that have been there ever like for since I was little, and they were really old when I was little, and they're still living today, and they are huge, and it is so fun to go see them. Definitely, that is a good animal too. But snakes are my number one, I think.
Totally. So for our next question, this is one that somebody asked me, and they asked me, "How old were you when you first started loving music?" I honestly really don't remember when I first started loving music because music has always been a really big part of my life. My mom told me she started playing music for me before I was even born, and my mom's Native American, and I had instrumental tribal music playing in my nursery since I was a baby. And from there, I was exposed to all different genres and eras of music, and I still do constantly love listening and playing different types and styles of music.
Yeah, you are a great musician, which I also think is a huge. I mean, you obviously are a huge part of Orchid Times, but your music and the way you sing, I mean, you did a live last night trying to get the interview question, or the interview questions, the Q&A questions, and those notes that you were hitting at the beginning, oh my, they're so good. They're so good.
Oh,
You hit those notes so beautifully.
thank you so much. You're an amazing poet, seriously. I want to hear some of your more of your original stuff sometime.
Thanks. So someone asked a question for me, and it's how old were you when you started to draw and write poems? I've always been a huge drawer because my grandfather was an artist. My great grandfather was an artist. There's so many artists in my family, so I kind of grew up near that. And then I actually didn't start writing poems until really I met John Phipps. He was kind of the person that I liked poetry before, but he kind of got me into writing it. And I got a lot of my inspiration from him. So I think that was when I kind of first started really writing it and kind of really loving it.
That's so cool to hear. Yeah, definitely. So, for our next question we had, and this is one that was asked quite a few times too. If you could interview anyone for the season premiere of season 2, who would it be and why?
I don't even know. There's so many people I could choose, but I think I'm gonna have to go with the amazing Dolly Parton. I've talked about her before. I've loved her for so long, and I think that definitely have to be her.
Definitely. For me, this is a super hard question because there just is so many inspiring moments that I would want to interview for a season premiere. But if I had to pick one, I would have to say Jax. For those of you who don't know who she is, Jax is a singer-songwriter who uses her large platform on media to talk about important issues. She actually just released a song called Victoria's Secret. This song is probably one of my new top favorites. Because she talks about body shaming and unrealistic beauty standards in our society. I did a short cover of Victoria's Secret, and when it was released, and Jax actually liked it on Instagram, which I mean, like, is like mind blown still.
Yeah, absolutely. I've actually heard a few of the songs from Jax because of Lily. And I think, I mean, amazing artist, amazing. And I think that's a great answer. It would be amazing to interview Jax.
Absolutely.
For our next question, which I'm going to be looking at my phone to read this one because it's really, really long. Will there be any shows covering child abuse or missing people, domestic violence, human trafficking, and children with learning disabilities?
This one is a really good question. We hope in the next season to spend more time getting to cover these types of like hot topics because in our current society, lots of people are afraid or don't want to use their voice to talk about some of these controversial issues. And we want to get a wider variety of people on as well to interview, like maybe an activist or a domestic abuse survivor. And this is really going to expand who we are interviewing. And it's something we're willing to talk about and take on these issues no matter what comes from it. And we're going to keep on talking about these things that need to be talked about. I know I've lost a few supporters from talking about Roe versus Wade in our episode, but that's fine. And I'm really looking forward to being able to take on and cover more of these different topics.
Absolutely. And it is sad because some people don't agree with what we talk about, but these are, with the base around our show, these are the things that need to be talked about. And also with the disabilities, we did have an episode with Mariah where she works with kids with disabilities, and we kind of talked about that in that episode. If you want to go look at that, because it was a really, really, really fun episode.
Absolutely. So our next question is, where do you girls draw your strength from?
Mine is from the okay. Me and my grandmother were talking about this earlier. I draw a lot of my strength from her because she is so strong, and I've lived with her my whole entire life. She is so strong, so definitely her, but also because of my disorder. My disorder has given me so much opportunities, but so many issues. And I've had to deal with so much hate. Like, I had to go to the doctors, the ER. They told me it was not a thing after I was diagnosed with it. So I've faced so much from it. because it's so unknown that I think I've drawn a lot of my strength from that.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. I know I've drawn some strength from dealing with my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And another thing, like for the show, where I draw strength from being able to talk about these topics is just that I have always had a lot of passion for using my voice ever since I was little, and I'm just really happy to be able to have this platform to be able to do that.
Absolutely. And like I said earlier, we've made so many friends, we've met so many amazing people, and especially working with our producer slash director, Renee, has been such an honor. She is amazing. And I think that all that together has definitely made us stronger throughout this.
Absolutely.
For our next question, if you had to be anyone famous in the world, who would it be and why?
Ooh, this is a hard one. I think that for me, it doesn't really matter as much who the exact person is, but I would like to be a famous musician because, I mean, music is a universal language, and I just want to have a large platform to have a voice to make a change. I really love all of these powerful female figures who use their voice on their platforms for important issues, and they are some of the people who really inspire me to keep on putting work into Orchid Times.
Yeah, I agree. I think picking someone would be so hard because I don't think I want to be someone else or would want to be someone else. And I mean, not gonna lie, the money would be nice, but I don't think I actually want to be them just because I like where I'm at. I like the way Orchid Times is growing and I like the way that using my voice and stuff. So I think just being me, I think is the best I could be. I don't think I'd want to be another celebrity. Another
Absolutely.
celebrity talking like I'm a celebrity over here.
No, it was a really great answer. Totally. I definitely agree with everything you said right there.
Absolutely.
Um, for our next question, what is your favorite quality about each other, and have you learned anything from each other?
I've learned from Lily that it's okay to have people not like you. Lily is so strong. Like she mentioned earlier, that she lost a few supporters, but you haven't stopped going. Like you haven't like stopped. You just kind of moved over that and you're still doing what you're doing. And I think that's probably my favorite.
Oh, thank you. I think my answer to that is that like LR's public speaking skills are definitely so helpful for the show, and she's always super supportive whenever I need some support, and she always helps out a ton with the show. And something I've learned from LR is definitely how to not give up when things get difficult.
Absolutely. And I think that I mean, me and Lily have become such great friends through this that there's just so much I could say. And there's just so much. So it's just so hard to pick one.
Definitely, yeah, same, definitely.
So the next question was for me, which is who is my favorite poet? I have so many. But I'm reading a book of the Edgar Allan Poe poetry and stories. So I guess, and I've been really into that book lately. So I guess that would kind of be my favorite at the moment.
That's a great one, yeah. This next question I got is, what music do you listen to when you are stressed out? I really love this question. When I'm stressed, I mostly listen to soft rock or contemporary pop. Those styles are just like super relaxing to me, and they're just super nice to listen to, especially when you're stressed. And some of my go-to artists are Olivia Rodrigo, Billie Eilish, and Taylor Swift.
Yes, Olivia Rodrigo. I don't know if you guys know about this. Did an amazing thing at one of her shows. She called out the Supreme Court, and sang a song for them, which was like so amazing. I have that video saved on my phone too. It's so amazing. I love her. She's
Same. I've seen so many TikToks of it. It's great, definitely.
absolutely she is. Olivia Rodrigo is so amazing. I love her. So I think we have time for one more question.
Yes.
So let's see. Let's go with the very last one. As young ladies with your whole future ahead of you, are you satisfied with the world we are leaving you? If not, what should we do differently?
This is a really great question. I would have to say no. I'm not satisfied with the world that we're being left with. And it's super sad that that is the answer to this question. But in a lot of ways, I think it is society's standards that are really messing up the world. And they're really messing up the world at this point. What happens in the future is that, of course, everybody needs to have equal rights, no matter how they look, what gender they are, who they love, or how they identify. Everyone has the same human rights. And in a lot of ways, we do have a corrupt government system that needs to be changed. I was watching a video the other day of a governor speaking at a youth meeting, and he basically went up and gave a speech body shaming tons of women. And it's so sad to watch. I can't even imagine how the kids at that youth meeting even felt hearing that. So I think that there's a lot of things that need to be changed in order for people to not even be satisfied but comfortable living in the world that adults are leaving us.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. When I was talking about when I first saw this question, I was thinking about my answer. My answer was also, I'm not too satisfied with it. And not only because of recent events with Roe versus Wade, just because we've never really, human society doesn't really bring each other up and build them up. They kind of just break each other down. They don't really help each other. I did have an incident with some boys at my school who decided to go on their story and rate girls based on their looks. And I think it's just not, we could just do so much more to go forward. And I feel like instead of going forward, we're starting to take steps back. And in some ways we are moving forward, but in a lot more ways we're moving back, which I think is really disappointing because we could be something so beautiful, and there's just some people that don't believe in that beauty.
Yeah, totally. That was a great answer to that too. So that is the end of our Q&A segment for today. So good.
Yes.
You guys sent an amazing question, seriously.
Absolutely. And shout out to Lily over here who went live for so long until she got enough questions for the Q&A.
It was like an hour and a half, I think.
Yeah, like that was amazing. She went on, and in your description was my favorite part, going live until I get enough questions for the Q&A, and you stayed strong through that whole thing because I replayed the rest of it last night or this morning because I went to bed last night because I was tired because I got my second dose of COVID shot yesterday, and it was beating me up all day. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed now. So I watched the rest of it this morning. But yeah. John just said Lily's got that determination. You really do. You were so determined to get the questions, and you did, which was amazing.
Thank you guys. Yeah, I was planning on going live either way, so I just decided to go ahead and do it in the Orchid Times group to get questions.
Absolutely, it was such a good idea.
So we have an announcement to go ahead and share with you guys. We've actually never seen this video that we're going to be playing, so this is a surprise to us, and we're so excited.
Yeah, we've never seen it, so I'm excited.
Hello, my name is Jamie Bennett. I'm from Cosmos Creative Television, and I'm the host of The Warrior Within, where I talk about sensitive subject matter. I have gotten together with the lovely hosts from Orchid Times, Lilly May and LindaRose. We are running a campaign called We Are Warriors Within, and it's the Red Lipstick campaign. And what we hope to do with this campaign is to let our voices be heard. We do not need to be silenced, and sensitive subject matter needs to be brought to the forefront. People need to know about these things that are happening in our society, and we do not need to be silenced. So if you want to show your support, please don the red lipstick and change your profile picture to you wearing red lipstick. That's going to show us that you are in support of our voices being heard. Thank you very much.
Me and Lily are. And we had some people who entered our private DMs and gave us some judgment on our red lipstick, which great. Luckily, we have this huge support system of Orchid Times, everyone that helps out. Red lipstick also became part of a female's uniform on jobs that were previously dominated by men.
So they were a symbol of girls' freedom and the right to be angry and loud, basically. That's what red lipstick means. That's what they symbolize.
It's an uncomfortable situation, especially since they are entering our DMs and they are it's a very large age gap. One of the reasons we are Orchid Times, we are here to make sure that those jobs and industries dominated by men are not so dominated by men anymore, because men have more rights and have more respect shown to them than women do.
It didn't take more than 3 times for me wearing it to have somebody have some judgment towards it. So obviously it's something that still has an important meaning, and it still symbolizes powerful females, and it makes some people uncomfortable. And that's
since it was such a large age gap, sending us judgment through our private DMs as us minors was very, very. Also, because this person helped us a little bit, and it definitely just showed that like that help wasn't really there. It was just we're putting ourselves out there and using our voice because it's something we feel confident to do, something we want to do to help, and then having that judgment. I think we handled it really nicely, especially with our team, and I'm just really happy we have that base around us.
Just remember, always never let other people's thoughts influence what you choose to do or anything. It doesn't matter.
If you don't see it, then you can't never be it. You are exploiting me. You are exploiting me. Put me in a bucket. Make me prance and shake the head. Funny how it works these days. Everybody ignoring what I say. Am I entertaining? See the crowds I'm straining. Tell me they're exploiting me. Tell me they're exploiting me. Baby doesn't owe me a damn thing. Dance around as we keep on singing. I don't matter at all. I don't matter at all. Yeah, baby, oh yeah. Tell me they're exploiting me, oh yeah, baby, oh yeah. Look away when I enter. Tell me my soul steals your center. You are exploiting me. You are exploiting me. Cut me up on your dashboard. Keep me round until you're bored. Call me a two-edged sword. Cut me off before I speak a word. Yeah, baby, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Tell me you're exploiting me, oh yeah, baby, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Drop me to the green room. Pick me up in the afternoon. Promise me
Oh my goodness, that was amazing.
I lost it because my dad just hates taking pictures of himself. And it was him and my dog red lipstick on. My grandfather was in there, which my grandmother hates photos too. So it was
Wow,
that
it was
was
so great to see so many people sent in videos. Seriously, sent in those pictures, and it's like, wow.
I loved the men that decided to do it too. That is amazing. Love that.
Absolutely.
That was insane. Let me tell you, Emma mentioned that there was a surprise yesterday, and I love surprises, but I hate waiting for them. And I was like harping on her about what the surprise was, and she went, "Tell me." I also like to say that song, the song that was in the background, that's our producer slash director Renee singing. So give her a round
Oh,
of applause, please.
yeah, definitely. It was amazing. And I only knew about that there was going to be a surprise like 2 hours before it. And even then, I was like asking my mom, "Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is?"
Yeah, I am. I love surprises, but I hate them because I don't like waiting.
But seriously, that was just so amazing to watch. It was crazy. So many people sent in those pictures. It's so great to see so many different people wearing red lipstick.
So obviously, from that video, amazing video, you probably saw that Jamie came up with an idea of a red lipstick campaign.
Yes. It's such an amazing idea, and we're going to be working on it throughout our break too. So basically, anybody on here, if you guys would like to go ahead and change your profile picture to a picture of you wearing your red lipstick, that would be amazing. We have a link in our description to the campaign where you have your special banners and everything to make your profile picture. And if you guys would like to, you guys can go ahead and do that and just to support the campaign and upload your picture to your Facebook profile.
Absolutely, it means so much, and also it is a great way to show your support.
Yes, totally.
I am so sad because our episode is coming to an end, which means we have 2 months off because school starts, and I am really, really sad because this has been so fun. But we are coming back for season 2 with some amazing interviews, so don't get too sad.
Yeah, totally. And we're not going to just disappear from the internet either. We'll be very active on the group. So, Orchid Times Show, we have a link in the description to our group. If you don't already, make sure you follow that group. We'll be really active on there, posting new stuff, giving you updates on when we're starting season 2 and everything. So, just keep up on there. And thank you guys all so much for just supporting us and being here and watching the show. It means literally so much. And thank you guys all so much, too. It's amazing.
Thank you guys so much for sending in your questions. They were amazing. And again, like Lily said, we're not disappearing. We'll still be, I think both me and Lily have some interviews lined up for us to be on other shows. And we're not disappearing. We'll still be going live. We'll still be posting. And we're hoping to get a YouTube video out soon. So watch out for that.
Go follow the Orchid Times page if you don't, and see you guys in season 2 starting in October sometime.
Bye, guys.
Bye.